Hello planners, thank you so much for joining me. In today's video, I'm going to do my plan with me for the week of February 6th to the 12th using pink washes and markers in my bullet journal style weekly spread. Let's go. For the week of February 6th to the 12th, I thought I would use pink theme washes and markers to embellish my A5 planner weekly spread to get us in the mood for love. Now, I will be using my bullet journal style weekly spread. But as always, you do not need to have this exact same weekly spread to follow along. Now, I'm Marianne, and through my planning, habit tracking, well-being and budgeting, I hope you can get some inspiration and ideas for your own planning needs. Now, if you are here in the live, make sure to say hi in the chat, or if you are watching on replay, type love in the comments and do let me know where you are tuning in from, or if you're new to my live or my channel, type in new. Now, without further ado, let's just get started and get on with the show. Now, as mentioned, I will be using pink theme and with washi tapes and markers, but I actually haven't locked in yet which washi tapes. I know the markers I want to use, so I've got all my pink highlighters and markers, but I don't know which washi tapes I want to use, so I'm going to get you to help me to decide. So let me share my desk with you, and let's just pop that in there. Okay, so I've got two sets of washes that's in my dispenser, washi tape dispenser here. So I've got A sets of washi and then B sets of washi. So let me know in the chat from which dispenser should I pick from. So let me just make it closer. So this is A, and you've got, I think they're galahs, which are Australian native birds. And so those are the other ones there. And then these ones, let's see if it'll focus. So I guess these are more like dusty pink, and I guess these are more really very light lavender and lilac. So let me know in the chat. I'll give you guys a couple of minutes to let me know which one do you think I should choose from, because I couldn't really pick. So while I wait for your thoughts, now all items I do mention and show in today's plan with me, I'll have the description, the links and the description in the description below. Is that right? Yeah. All right, so let's just quickly have a look at the chat. Hello, Angel Tompkins. Sunday, it is Monday here. I'm in Sydney, Australia, and so it is 5:33 a.m. I do go on lives. Let me just remove this. I do go lives here very early in the morning because a lot of my viewers and subscribers are from the US, and so I want to make sure that I am live for when you are planning your setups for the new week. Nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining me, Angel. Hello, Laura from Costa Rica. Nice of you to join me, and I saw you that you're planning for your new week as well. Crying Polar Bear from London, England. Hello, nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining me. All right, so we've got our first vote. Laura thinks B. So this set here. Hello, Raylene. Nice to see you from Canada. A. Oh, okay. And then we have both are beautiful. I know I couldn't decide. So look, if it is a tie, what I'll do is I'll pick. But you're right. I just didn't know which one, and I thought, well, let's make a nice, fun little game out of it. So all of you, it seems like, are in the same boat as me. Couldn't really decide. So let's keep going, and then once I know what's going on in my head, then I'll be able to go and pick which one. But so let me just quickly show you. I'm just going to move these two aside and make some room. So I am going to be in my A5 Filofax Good Vibes Organizer. So I'll have all the links in the description below. Now, I am a Filofax ambassador, which means I do get Filofax products and that I can experience and then share my, how I use them for my own planning. There is a coupon code in the description for non-leather products, so do check that out if it's something that you do want to look at using ring planners for your own planning needs. Now, like I said, this is the bullet journal style weekly spread, which is the vertical version. Now, you can get this from my website at marianecresp.com, and with this planner printable, you do also get the horizontal version, so you can mix and match. You can have the month all vertical if that's the way your brain works, because I know my brain works normally from top to bottom, from left to right, top to bottom. And so sometimes when I do use the horizontal, because it's sort of like that way, my brain sometimes it thinks it's messy. Let me know if that's the same as you. You like certain things one way. So now also, what I want to make sure is that if you are using your own planner layouts, whether you have your disc bound, a journal bound planner, you can still follow along, and hopefully you can get some tips and tricks and different ideas on how to set up, because I know I always get stuck on a new week when trying to figure out how else can I plan or embellish my pages. Now, I do have the music on. Do let me know if that is an okay volume and it's not too distracting. So let's quickly have a look at I'm going to zoom in now, just so then you can see it a lot better. Let me just quickly show you. I think it's loud in my ear because I've got the headphones on. Let me quickly show you the current week that I have. So this is the bullet journal style vertical, and so as you can see, from blank to then embellished with washies, stickers, and then I created a border. And so you can plan out your weekly spread any way you want, embellish it. You can keep it minimal and just have black pen and then that's it, or one color. It's really up to you and what is within your bandwidth, I guess. If you're a busy person and you've got lots of things going on and having to embellish and decorate your planner pages gets too much, step back and just do it very simple and minimal. Now, I also added little, little stickers on there. So let me show you. I purchased some digital stickers from Kina Prints. So these are the Kina Print stickers here. So I just printed it on my printer on sticker paper. These are packaging stickers, and then I housed them in pocket size planner. So these are also Filofax Domino Luxe and Domino Soft. And I also purchased square lime design stickers, and I customized it so then one particular sticker is per page, so I know I'm going to use lots of them. And I also customized the size so then it fits within the columns and the width of my planner inserts. Now, I've got a question for you. So are you interested at all in me showing how I print my digital stickers on printer paper, how I cut them to fit the pocket size planner for storage, and how I use my silhouette cutting machine? I also do have a Cricut machine, but I'm not as familiar with it as I am with the silhouette. But do let me know in the chat or in the comment if this is going to be of interest for you guys, to show how I print digital stickers that you purchase from other retailers, and how I print it so then I can hole punch it and it fits nicely, whether you want to put it on a planner or you want to get those discs for disc bound. So let me know in the chat if you're here live, or if you are watching on replay, type it in and let me know if it's something that you are interested in seeing a tutorial on how to do it. So without further ado, let's just get started and get right into it. So so here we are. What I'm going to do first is I'm going to highlight right here. There's a little gray bar, so you can highlight that like here for your date range, and I'm going to also highlight the calendar. So I think we've got one more comment in here. Let me just, Laura is interested in seeing a tutorial. Excellent. And hi Maria, nice of you to join me. Thank you so much. And also Maria. All right, so I'll put that on the list of videos that I'll make sooner, hopefully, rather than later. And so then that way, if you have purchased digital stickers from other sticker retailers, then that's fantastic. Thank you so much for letting me know. So I think what I'm going to do is because you are all like me and couldn't decide either, I'm going to choose from dispenser B, and I think I will choose this floral one. So these stickers are from Kmart here in Australia, and they have a different set of 10 stickers. That's for $5 only. So if you're in Australia and you're watching and you want to get these stickers, so I think I'm going to choose this one, because then at least I can also put maybe some yellows in my page. So I think then I did a swatch. So if you're ever unsure of, you know, what highlighters or stickers or washi tapes, do a swatch and see which one will match nicely. I think what I'm going to do, I think the Zebra Mild Liner, which is, I think it's this one. So this one is from the Mild Smoky set, and I think you can get them individually as well. So that matches nicely. Let me do a swatch. That matches nicely with that washi tape. All right, so that's, I think what I'll do is I've chosen that one, and I'm going to highlight the gray box so then I can do the date range. So this is my Pentel Energel pen, and the ink that I have is a 0.5. Sometimes I do like to change the refill, just depending on my mood, whether I want it to be a thicker, darker, bold, come on, zoom, focus, bold one, or if I want a thin type. And then what is our date range? February 6th to the 12th. And then I'm going to do the same for the calendar right here. So if you do have a calendar area in your weekly spread, don't just leave it, you know, as is. Embellish it, color it. So then that way, if that's the minimum you can do for your embellishment, it adds a little bit of color to your page. Now, which week are we on? We are on the second week. So I'm also then just going to highlight that row. Okay. So just, and the first was on the Wednesday. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I won't talk and write the dates at the same time because I know I always miss a number. 20, 21, and then 26, 27, 28. And then of course if I miss the number incorrectly, then it's harder to try and fix because there is the highlighted version. So there we are, nice and simple. And then now I'm going to use my washi. So let's just pop that at the top. Oh. So let me know in the chat, how did your week go? Was it productive? Did you take time off from anything? If you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen that I had, let me see, oh, I got this slicer. I haven't actually popped it in the description. So this is a slice, can you see that? And this is actually a ceramic blade, so it doesn't cut the skin, but it gives a nice sharp cut. Oh well, if I only press lightly because I didn't want it to cut. It's the first time I've used it, so I don't want to cut it through the paper. But yes, if you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen I had a little bit of a tough day on Friday. Most of you already know that I have a young son. My youngest son, who's 14, is on the autism spectrum, and of course, he's a teenage boy with many, I'm sure, different changes happening, not just you know, his challenging behaviors as a special needs child. We had a tough day, and I had a tough day because I also get quite anxious, and you know, the mum guilt comes through. Am I doing enough? As a homeschooling mum, am I teaching him what I'm supposed to be teaching him? So, you know, self-doubt crept in, and that day was a hard day. I had to get my husband to come home because I wasn't doing well mentally. And so if ever you are struggling, and I hope you do have a nice support system, don't ever be afraid to ask for help. We're not supposed to be able to do everything all of the time, and my planning stemmed from looking after myself and self-care. It's a way for me to zone out. It's a nice clear step-by-step thing that I have to do. But make sure that you do ask for help. We want to make sure that you're being looked after first, so then that way you can look after others. So yeah, it was tough. So on Saturday, I actually took the day off, and I bought myself a doll pattern, and I sewed myself a little doll. So and then Sunday I took it easy as well. So just make sure you are looking after yourself, and join me here weekly. And you know, if there's anything you guys ever want to chat about, of course, that you want to share, or you can DM me or message me. But we need to be here for each other, bring each other up instead of bring each other down. So hello Irene, thank you so much for joining me. It was a really tough week. Yeah, 2 weeks really. Yeah. And I've actually discovered, as I track my moods and my sleeping patterns and things like that, that the beginning of the month, I think it's because, well, this is what I'm thinking. I think it's because it's a new month. Let's go. We're invigorated again. If we, you know, didn't do as well last month in achieving our goals, we just think, all right, it's a new month. Let's go. And then, of course, life happens, and then it can bring you down. So yeah, let's be here for each other and make sure that our planning helps us lift the mood up. It's not that it's going to fix things, but it's a way to just give our emotions some space if we don't know yet what to do with it. So there's the washi. I'm just going to keep it simple with the floral washi. Again, if you don't want to use pink for your theme for this week, have a look at your current washi tapes and stickers and markers, and then just replace them with that, and you know, coordinate that way. Now, I did also add washi tape at the bottom, just like here. Now, if you do need more space, of course, in your planner pages, then maybe omit that until you've finished the week, and then you can add it later on. As you can see here in my current week, I don't get to fill it in, and so I do add washes just to fill in the spaces that I don't use. But you don't have to do that, of course. You don't have to always, just because there's space, that you fill it in. So that's that one. Now, do make sure that if you are, ever get value from any of my plan with me's or any videos that you do watch, or if you're new here and this is something that you want to see on a regular basis, make sure to hit that like button, and then that way YouTube will say, hey, Marianne's going to post a new plan with me, or she's got a new how-to video, and then you'll see it in your home feed and all it gets suggested. And if you are new here, I would love for your subscription, so then that way we can get in touch. Well, YouTube will get in touch with you to say I'll be on. So thank you so much for all of you that are here. I do appreciate you a lot, and my little community here. With circumstances for Jewish planner Mum Lauren, I was mostly in a supporting role, but it takes a lot out. Yes, we also have to remember as carers for others that it can be such a tolling thing to be on all the time for those that need us, but we need to make sure that we are looking after ourselves. So now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add the dates. I think what I might do first though is I'm going to continue this border because I do like it. So this is the first week of February. I want to continue that border right there, and I think, let's have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So here, I'm just going to make sure I'm on the right dotted page. So this weekly bullet journal style planner insert printable, it does have, you might not be able to see it because of the light, it does have a dotted grid on it. So then if you want to dabble into bullet journaling without having to commit to a full journal or 6 months worth or a year's worth of bullet journaling, ring planners are a great way to mix and match your planner inserts without having to commit to it for a long time. Because if you're like me, I get bored using the same planner inserts all the time, or I want to try something new. This is a great way that I've found for myself to mix and match. If the mood, you'll know that you may need to change up your planner pages. Doesn't necessarily have to be a full change the whole planner. But when you stop using your planner and you don't check it regularly, then of course your planner is not being effective, because the whole point is for James Clear, who is the author of Atomic Habits, he says that there's 4 laws of behavior change. So make it easy, make it attractive, make it obvious, and I've got it on my felt board out the back there, make it satisfying. So anytime your planner does not give you joy anymore, then it's a sign that you may want to change things up a bit. And so I'm just going to do the top bit here, so I won't bore you me drawing lines. Now, of course, if you don't want to do the hand-drawn like me, at first, when I first started bullet journaling, that would have bugged me, that it wasn't straight, that it was jagged. But once you're writing on it and you've got your stickers, then it's, it's fine. So let me see how they did the Saturday 1, 2. But if you don't want to have the looseness, is that the right word I'm trying to say, of handwritten, then of course use a ruler to rule your lines. So I'm just gonna, I'll leave those so then I don't take up too much time. Now I do like to use my Carpe Diem number sticker pad, and let me see if I can get my tweezers. So this is the precision tweezers. So I think this was from the health and beauty aisle. So, but I have a link to one similar or an Amazon affiliate link. So check that out if you wanted to use tweezers to put your stickers down. So I think, all right, I'm going to use this dusty or baby pink right here because we have all the dates that I need. So 6. So I'm going to just place that at the top here like I did in the previous week. So Laura, after a couple of good days, this week was more complicated. So I run far away alone and it's getting better. Seeing you and planning really helped me a lot. Oh, yeah, and that's what we need to what we need to have is to make it a normal part of our conversation that we're not supposed to be able to do it all. I mean, we're not superheroes. I mean, of course, I'm sure there are there are special humans out there that can do it all. But for someone like me who's you know, money wise, can't buy for or purchase for or pay for the extra help, and of course hubby works full-time, and so while he's at work, you know, it's my little one and I, and the oldest son who's 15 and a half is in high school. It can be tough, you know. Let's put that here because the tea is covering it. It can be tough, but knowing that we have a little community, doesn't have to be a planning community. If you like to, whatever hobby you have, if you like knitting, crocheting, quilting, or if you like reading and there's a book club, make sure that you join them. I know sometimes it is hard if you're a stay-at-home or work-from-home person, and it can feel isolating just being on your own. But I've found having a community, so you don't have to have an Instagram page to have the community, but just join book clubs and things like that will help your mental well-being. I know it did when my babies were young. And I had the Facebook group, and you know, my parents at the time were holidaying in the Philippines, so I would send, put on Facebook all the pictures of the little ones, and that's a good way to connect. So okay, so now I've added the dates. Now the top section, I use that. Try and use as part of your daily planning a highlight or a top priority, even if it's just one priority of the day. It doesn't have to be. I know there are planners, layouts that have 1, 2, 3. You don't have to find 3 top priorities for the day. If the day doesn't go right as planned, what is it that you would have wanted to have completed or achieved that will have a win for the day? So have one top priority for the day. So normally I put that up there, and I also do put the weather. So especially if you are work outside of the home, putting the weather helps you plan. So if it's a sunny day, put sunscreen on. Well, you should put sunscreen all the time. Maybe bring a hat, or if it's raining, make sure you've got the umbrella, because pre-planning helps those when things do go disarray, it lessens the impact because then, oh my goodness, it's raining, but I knew it's raining because I packed, I checked the weather, I packed the umbrella, and it's not such a bad day. But of course, when it's raining, you don't have umbrella, it can get frustrating. So from Square Lime Design, I got the weather stickers. So what I'm going to do is the day before I check the weather app on my watch or on my phone, and then I put the weather there as well as the temperature. So because I am a stay-at-home homeschooling mum, I'm normally indoors all the time, but I use that for hubby and the older son. So it's going to rain today. You know, it might look like it's a nice, beautiful, sunny day in the morning, but then in the afternoon there's a storm. So make sure you bring your umbrella so you don't get soaked and you don't get sick, because then we don't want anyone sick. It's not nice seeing anybody sick, because I know how it feels, you know, the congested thing. So pop your top priority as well as the weather, and then of course make sure you check your calendar so you can migrate all the important dates. If there's bills coming up, that you need to make sure that your bank account is not, you know, doesn't go into the negative. So let's quickly have a look. Where are we? The 6th, so nothing on the 6th. On the 7th, I think I'm going to use this Koretake Zig Clean single-sided dot marker. So this is from the Mild Smoky set. So on the 7th, I'm going to put on there that we have a 1:30 OT session for my youngest. OT at 6:30 I'm going to go to a free conference webinar to help build you know, my side hustle. So there's a so I like to go and look for these let me just write this down, or else I'll write it incorrectly. So I'm just going to leave a space on here for the weather sticker. So yeah, I always try and teach myself, or you know, or join up the, I don't know why I took that down, to for these different conferences or webinars. So I do like to learn, and it's also learning and studying is a good way to use up your notebooks, and that's something that brings me joy, and I find, you know, satisfying. One of the 4 laws of behavior change. So there's a 7 a.m. VRA meetup. So yeah, so make sure you are taking advantage of your planner. If you pre-planned your calendar, don't just leave it there and set it and forget it. Use it, the information that you get from your calendar. So if you have any future dates, put it on a future log. So here's my future log, January to June, and then July to December. So for example, on the 16th, school photos for my son. So I'll make sure I remind him to, you know, make sure you brush your hair and your uniform is ironed. And then of course, when it comes to that week, when you're planning, migrate all of those into your current month calendar. And then when you're planning for the week, migrate those information onto your weekly so you don't forget it. And that's and I guess that's where planning really comes in handy, is for the times when it is going to be a difficult day. Of course, we can never forecast whether it's going to be a good day or a bad day, but it lessens the blow if we know, all right, I know that's coming up, so and if I'm stressed, maybe I'll have coffee before I, you know, tackle that. So make sure that don't make planning difficult. If you're finding planning difficult or stressful, then maybe paper planning might not be for you. Maybe you might want to do it digitally and put it all on Google Calendar. Yeah, Google Calendar. So then it'll ping you to remind you. So yeah, find a way or a system that works for you. If you want to try paper planning and you find that it's becoming frustrating week in, week out, it might not be for you. You might just get a little, you know, booklet or little journal to just write and jot things down. So yeah, you know, don't make it hard. It's supposed to be, do things that are fun and exciting. So on the 10th, I've got, like I said, a conference entrepreneur entrepreneur. So many letters in Entrepreneurs Summit. Okay, so that's all day on the, let me just put a border here so then I don't go beyond right there on the 11th. So who here is doing any type of savings challenges? I'm doing the Budget Mums Savings Challenge for 3rd year in a row. 10 a.m. savings. And yeah, it really helps drive you to save extra money that you would otherwise wouldn't save up. Because I used to go, well, there's money left over in, let's say, the grocery fund, so I can spend it. And I was like, well, no, you don't have, that's just because it's there doesn't mean you have to spend it down to zero. And it's a great way if you, there's a, you know, maybe a big ticket item you want to save up for. Savings challenges make it fun, make you know, a mundane task more well, I was gonna say sexy. Well, sexy if you have, you know, trackers like I do. So on Sunday I do my 52-week savings challenge and I transfer my PayPal fund. Okay, I don't know who for Filipinos, they're in the Filipino alphabet, even though the person is called Filipino, Filipino. There is no F in the Filipino alphabet. So a lot of Filipinos, if you hang around quite a few Filipinos, you might find that we get our F's and our P's mixed up. I've been in Australia for 38 years, so English is my first language now, but I still get my F's and my P's, so I'll say PayPal, I might say PayFal. I don't know why. So that's something, if you ever come across any Filipinos along the way, some Filipino natives or those that might be, you know, immigrants to the country that you're in, might still get their F's and their P's confused. All right, so now we've got, there we are. So nothing on Monday, really? Oh, okay. So look, I'm going to put something there because, like I said, put a top priority. I'll think of something when the day goes. So the other things I'll put is when I do put my to-dos and tasks, because I don't fill up the whole space. That is the reason why I purchase, you know, these stickers, just to fill in the pages, and it's really nice to look at. Now let's just quickly look into February. So where are we? So February, oh, here it is. I'm looking for my February calendar. So a week into February already. Tough Friday, but that's okay. We are in the new week. So there's the calendar that we've just shown. This is my habit tracker. I've been pretty pleased. I always do well in the first week of the new month. Although my PM skincare, I need to do better at that. My morning journal, I've been doing that each morning. Taking breaks, so here as you can see I didn't really take micro breaks. That's because I took the whole day off really. So you know, always look at your planner and don't just go, I didn't get to fill it in. But if there's a reason, of course, you know, also top priority. My mood, there's where it dipped really badly. I had a big cry session. Yeah, so I took the day off on Saturday and it picked up. And this is my Wheel of Life tracker. Now to see how these how I've set this up, the next thing for you to do is to go and watch the February tracker setup, and then that way you'll be able to see how I set those up. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you all, and I hope to see you in the next video. Thank you all. Bye bye. See ya.